Hey y'all, this is DJ Santana, host of MoonLit Vibes, only on Vakata Radio Thursdays at 3. Hey guys, it is another Thursday here at Vakata Radio. Hold on. Wait, okay, fun. I thought I was hearing an echo. Anyway, it is another Thursday here at Vakata Radio. It is hot as, the opposite of heaven outside. And I am just chilling, It's a fun day. I slept in, kind of. If you consider waking up every 30 minutes from weird nightmares sleeping in. Anyway, yeah, Thursday. It is my second to last day here. Well, second to last broadcast day here at the studio. Today we're doing a fun little giveaway. We're giving away an all natural tanning experience from Just Beat No Heat in Brownsville. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, all natural tanning, no chemicals, nothing you need to worry about. It's just all natural beet juice. I mean, the things that science comes up with, all natural, just great. You don't got to worry about chemicals or parabens. You don't have to go out into the harmful sun. And if you do go out into the sun, remember to wear sunscreen everywhere, including your face. 2-finger rule on your face for sunscreen. Learned that from Tiana on, is that her name? I think that's her name, on Twitter. Makeup for Women of Color. Shout out. Love her. I have some questions. Today we're going to keep it kind of upbeat, kind of fun. We have some The Neighborhood, some Donna Summer. We have some Doja Cat. I've really been loving Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA. I don't know what they put in that song, but I'm addicted. Anyway, yeah, let's hop into some music. I will be, for the giveaway thingy, it's one of those tap the app things. You just go onto the Radio FX app and you favorite Vakata Radio, and then I think there's a prompt or something happens. There's a prompt, there's buttons, something. Anyway, you get a chance to win. I believe it's $45 at a $45 gift card for Just Beat No Heat. I think I'll talk more about that later because I need to get some more info about that. But let's jump into some music and then questions. This is Stargazing by The Neighborhood. You're listening to MoonLit Vibes only on Vakata Radio, the Valley Student Station. Alright, that was Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. Have y'all seen the video for that? Alex Landy looks so good in that music video. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, before I get into these questions, I want to thank Just Beat No Heat in Brownsville for donating the gift card that we're going to be giving away today. Once again, Just Beat No Heat is an organic spray tan. They're made with beets. They are completely vegan, cruelty-free, and paraben-free. All right, let's jump into some questions. Remember, Radio FX Tap the App giveaway, $45 gift card for Just Beat No Heat in Brownsville. All right, the first question is, do I leave a review for an awful professor or just get it out of my head? I leave reviews for awful professors. I am so sorry. I will do the thingy, I forget what it's called, where you assess or whatever, what the university makes you do, and then I will go and rate my professor and be like, hi, this professor was awful. Listen, this semester I had a professor so bad. I had him for 2 classes. It was awful. Just so condescending every 5 minutes. All types of awful, just really annoying. Really hard to get any kind of answer from him that wasn't just dripping in condescension. And yeah, it was awful. At one point we were having a discussion and I guess too many people were talking at once and I was speaking and he just whistled to get my attention and I almost flipped the table. I was so I was so upset. I had a class with him right after. I didn't even show up because I was just pissed and I knew if I went in I would start screaming. And then there was another time where this girl was oh, professor, because this professor went on tangents every 5 minutes, and this girl was like, Professor, is this should we is this going to be in the reviews for the exam? And he was like, well, I mean, you could, if you have a pen and a paper, I mean, you could take notes. And she was like, I was just asking if this was going to be in the review because sometimes you go on tangents. You didn't need to speak to me in that way. Just awful. So awful. I left very bad reviews on, because it's not just for you. Yes, you're through with it, it's over, but you gotta warn other students beforehand. Because I went into this because no one had left any recent reviews for this professor. But I mean, geez, it is just, I don't know. I mean, I understand the whole like teaching online thing. The semester was hard for a lot of professors. It's also hard for a lot of students. I didn't pay thousands of dollars to be condescended to and basically teach myself, what I was learning. Yeah, but always leave reviews. Always just, yeah. Ooh, I got heated. Yeah, always leave reviews. Make sure to like when they fill out those questionnaires that go straight to the professor, try to keep it like a, um, I try to keep it kind of civil in a way, like just so like, but for the reviews that the professor doesn't see and are like fully anonymous, like, I mean, I know those are supposed to be anonymous, but I feel like they aren't that anonymous. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna pull a tarot card out for you. Let's see. Are there more bad professors in your future? Let's see. All right, we got the card of Temperance. Temperance. You, however, got it reversed. Now, reversed temperance is about arguments and corruption, separation, and unfortunate combinations. This tells me that, unfortunately, you probably do have some more bad professors in your future. But you always have to remember that if a professor is really, really bad, you always have the option to drop the class, even though no one does that. I didn't do that. I know that was an option, but I wasn't going to do that. Or you could just, like, stick it through and then leave awful reviews and, like, because I don't want to, like, have to drop the class and then try to retake it and then that's the only professor teaching it. Like, this is awful. So always leave reviews. Always let people know ahead of time, like, just like whatever could have helped you, try to let that lead with that for your next for whoever comes after you. All right. Next question. How to handle my partner coming out as polyamorous? Listen, not everyone is built for polyamorous relationships. I'm not. I'm very insecure. I'm very jealous. These are things that I have to work on, but also, like, I don't think I could ever just, like, get over that. I think if you are, like, evolved enough and comfortable with yourself enough to do that, I think that's great. And I think, it's the future. However, I'm insecure. I'm a Scorpio. And I'm jealous. I'm a really jealous person. My Venus is in Scorpio. So not only is like my sun in Scorpio, but my Venus is in Scorpio, which affects how I like love and all that. I just I'm insecure. And honestly, I think it does say more about you as a person, like how you deal with being. Not everyone is built for polyamorous relationship. There are some people that are, and that is how they express their love the best when they're expressing it to multiple people. And I think that is so beautiful, and it can be so special. I'm just not built for that. To a certain extent, I can handle it, but if I'm in a committed relationship with someone and they're like, I think I would like to explore my love with other people, we still be committed, but I might be committed with more people, I can't do that. But maybe that's just because I grew up in a broken home. We'll never know. That's for my therapist to figure out. I mean, if you're not comfortable with that, it's always more important to just talk to your partner and say, I don't think I'm comfortable with that. If this is something that you really need and this is how you need to express your love, then I mean, if you're in a relationship with someone and they're polyamorous and you're not, and you try to force them to stay in the relationship, it's not going to work out for either of you. It just isn't. If you're not ready to be in a polyamorous relationship, or you're just not built to be in a polyamorous relationship, that's fine. It's totally fine, but don't try to force your partner to stay with you and not explore those feelings and everything else that they might need to explore for themselves. I definitely think monogamy is going the way of the dinosaur. And within the next couple, like, decades, we might see it more and more. I think it is very beautiful, and I think it can be, like, such a valid and amazing way to explore love and relationships. I just know it's not for me, and I feel like if you know it's not for you, then just part ways with your partner. I mean, it's hard to say, I really like this person, but there's just this one thing. But I mean, for a lot of people, it's just the way that they can express love, and that's the way they're happiest. I've seen like a lot of more mainstream couples kind of being in like polyamorous relationships, like the whole throuple thing, or even just like, because there's various forms of polyamorous relationships. There's like a relationship where it's just one person and they are dating multiple people, but the other people aren't dating each other. And then there's like a whole throuple situation where everyone is dating each other. I think everything can be fun and dandy. I just do not think that I'm built for that, like in a committed relationship sense. And if you don't think that that's something that you want to do, don't try to force yourself into doing that, because at the end of the day, you're just going to be unhappy in that. But also don't try to force your partner to be like only committed to you if they're telling you that this is something that they feel they need. They need to express love this way. But you also have to remember that it's just, if it's something that you cannot do and you just feel in yourself that it just won't make you happy and it'll just make you feel jealous and insecure, don't stay in that. There is someone else out for you. There's billions of people on this planet. You're going to find someone else to date. It's just gonna happen. Yeah. If you think, I think definitely maybe try it out. See how you feel about it with your partner specifically. See if your partner is maybe open to you also. I think for me, it's kind of weird if your partner is like, I want to be polyamorous, but I want you to be monogamous just with me. I think that's a weird thing. I don't know if that's true polyamory, but yeah, I don't know. I think just kind of explore it with your partner, see if it fits, if it feels right to you. If it doesn't, then just, you don't have to stay. It's really important for you to do what is going to feel best for you. Let's pull out a tarot card for you. All right, you got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is all about kind of trying to find prudence in a situation, finally feeling accomplishment and finding wisdom inwardly. It's also about solitary enjoyment and finding time to be by yourself and finding your home and feeling well in yourself. I think this kind of situation is more, if your partner has found out that they are polyamorous, it's up to you to decide. Everything is kind of in your boat. It's up to you to decide if you want to stay with your partner or if you don't want to stay with your partner. And there is nothing wrong with saying, I'm not comfortable with being in a polyamorous relationship, and I don't think I ever will be. But you also have to know that for you to be happiest in your relationship, you have to make these feelings and these thoughts clear. Because your partner did. They didn't keep it to themselves, thankfully. All right. Well, that is enough questions for right now. Once again, we are running a Tap the App giveaway from Just Beat No Heat in Brownsville. Yeah. Up next, we have ATM by Bree Runway, and then we got some Luna. Yeah, got more questions coming up in the next break. You're listening to MoonLit Vibes, only on Vakota Radio, the Valley Student Station. All right, that was Hellboy by Grayson Chance. You're listening to MoonLit Vibes on Vakota Radio. This is DJ Santana. All right, let us hop into some questions. Once again, we are running a giveaway for a $45 gift card to Just Beat No Heat in Brownsville, Texas, an all-natural tanning spa type place, I say. Okay. Let's see. All right. How to better handle rejection. I am going to give advice on this, even though I have never been rejected in my entire life, and I have no personal experience in this. Always remember that it's not, well, it could be you, but always remember that there are billions of people on this planet, and not every single person will reject you, probably. Also, are you ready to be in an active relationship or whatever you're looking for? There are so many people that try to jump into relationships or romantic situations when they're nowhere near ready. You're just adding more problems to yourself. You're adding more problems to someone else's life, and you're adding more problems to your life, most importantly. Why do that to yourself? Just, keep it cute. I don't know. I'm rejected all the time for things that are completely out of my control. So that's always fun. It is so much harder to deal with rejection when you're not cisgendered, just because A lot of that rejection is coming from preconceptions about trans individuals and non-binary individuals and things of that nature. Honestly, that's where most of my rejection comes from at this point. It's not that I'm ugly, because if I was ugly, at least that I could handle. But I mean, it's other stuff, which is like beyond my control. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard. You just always have to remember that it's it doesn't really say anything about your character if you're being rejected for physical, things, physical characteristics and things like that. It's hard to like accept, like, I'm getting rejected like every 5 minutes, and it's starting to get frustrating. But I don't know. It can be. It. I'm trying to. How do I say this without sounding crazy? I mean, we've all been rejected at one point or another. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's the most advice I can give. Let's see if the cards have anything to say. All right. You got the Knight of Wands. This tells me that there is a lover on the horizons. This card talks about a friendly, masculine presenting person. They're energetic and intelligent, a little bit hasty, but not too much. They either just moved recently, like near to you, like you're just meeting them now because they just moved, or because you just moved. Either way, it does seem like there is someone on the horizon for you. So keep it moving, keep it cute. Don't worry about any past rejections, and don't let that hold you back. All right, let's see. Losing your comfort person. I have in my life lost comfort people, comfort TV shows, comfort YouTubers. Jenna Marbles, if you're out there, I love you. Yeah. I as someone that deals with a lot of anxiety, I do tend to latch on to a lot of different people as my comfort people, or comfort TV shows, or comfort music, or comfort podcasts, or comfort YouTube personalities, or comfort TikTok personalities. The best thing I can say is try not to latch on to physical people as your comfort people, because people sometimes need to leave. There is no guarantee that someone is going to be in your life forever. And it's something that we do have to unlearn, because it is such an instinct to latch onto someone that gives us comfort. Yeah, I have lost so many comfort people in my life, just like physical people that have been in my life and have just stopped, or like digital comfort people, things like that. I think it's important to remember remember that people can leave, and that it's not bad if they leave. Sometimes people just have to go. Try not to latch onto people as your comfort people, because real people that exist in the world and have their own free will can leave, or they can be going through their own stuff, and they can't always be your comfort people. I've said comfort people too many times. Anyway, try to find your comfort in other places. I think when you're dealing with a lot of mental stuff, whether you have anxiety or depression or anything, or even if you don't and you just need that comfort, it's best to try to find that outside of people. Maybe like a comfort book, a comfort song, comfort podcast, comfort TV show, just something. With that being said, I have lost one of everything. I've lost comfort books. I've lost comfort music, comfort podcasts. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just best not to latch on to comfort things for too long, because they can go. We live in a world that is in constant flux and transition, and everything is always moving. Well, let me pull out a tarot card for you. All right. You got... Why is it? Okay. Well, you got the Fool. Now, the Fool is the first card in the deck of tarot cards, and the Fool talks about new beginnings and a new adventure starting, the beginning of a story. It is the first page of a story. And opportunities that come forth that are unplanned and unseen. This is just I think this card's just trying to remind you that every day is a new beginning. There's always new things on the horizon. The world is always changing. Everything is in constant flux. And trying to grip onto something that is outside of ourselves to try and find comfort doesn't always work out, because the world is always changing. the best thing that I can say is try to create like a comfort space within your own mind. Like when meditating and things like that. I think meditation and going to your comfort space, every once in a while, rather than trying to look for it outwardly, is a lot better. All right. What time is it? Okay, I have time for one more question. Let's see. I just opened every other app. Okay. Well, okay. This is a kind of a long-in question, but coming out to your partner as bisexual after they thought that you were gay. Well, I've never been there, but I have been on the other end. I personally don't care. To me, as long as someone's attracted to me, I don't care about their sexuality. It's all irrelevant in my head. But I do understand that. I think I've talked about this many times before, but there is an inherent biphobia in the queer community. Whether we want to admit it or not, there's just this preconception that if you date someone that's bi, it's just this whole big issue. I personally don't care. Try to find someone that doesn't care. But I mean, if you're dating someone, it shouldn't matter. I know that for a lot of like gay men and like lesbians, it's like this big thing where it's like, I don't want to be someone's experiment. I don't want to come out. I don't want you to come out of your phase and realize that you don't even like women or that you don't even like men or da da da. It's just weird preconceptions that we all hold about bisexual people just because that's what we've been taught. For most of our times, it's like, oh, bisexual is just a phase. Like, it's just a layover before you come out as, like, homosexual or you've realized that you actually are straight. I mean, it's just not realistic. That is not correct. And I think if your partner has any weird issues about that, then that's something your partner has to address because that says a lot more about your partner than it does about you. I mean, I don't know. It's such a weird thing. We're in the year 2021. We've survived a whole plague. If the one thing that's going to stop you from dating someone is that they're bisexual, maybe you have bigger problems to deal with. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And I mean, congratulations for realizing that you are, bisexual. Sexuality can be so fluid and something that is so hard for some people to accept. I mean, there's so many people that I've talked to that are just like, doesn't everybody have those feelings about like da-da-da? No. I have never in my life had any type of like attraction to a woman that was like any type of way, that type of feeling. Like that, not everyone has like bisexual feelings in their mind. That it's just, no. If you're bisexual, you're bisexual. If you're not, if you're straight or if you're gay or whatever, just, people. Sexuality is a spectrum. It can, just because I've never felt any kind of attraction to a woman in that sort of way doesn't mean it'll never happen. It might. I don't know. Let me pull out a tarot card. All right. All right. So the card that you received is the Hermit. Now, when I usually receive the card of the Hermit, this is reversed. Now, the card of the Hermit usually means divine wisdom and sort of like wisdom that is coming forth from like the beyond and stuff. And when you get it upright, I usually like to pull another card to see like what the universe is trying to say. When it is reversed, this card talks about the ignorance of the material world, immaturity, foolishness. I think this is telling me and you that whatever preconceptions your partner has about bisexual people is their own problem. And if it becomes an issue, it is not yours to fix. No matter how much you might care about your partner now, if they can't accept that you are not... Oh, I'm so sorry. If they can't accept that you're, not... I don't know. If they can't accept it, that is on them. This card talks about the preconceptions and ignorance of the material world, the immaturity and the foolishness that we hold on to that keeps us so tethered to the world and what keeps us so tethered in our beliefs sometimes and the stubbornness that comes with that. If you're like experiencing this transition and you're like learning about yourself and your partner doesn't want to be there for the ride, then they're not the right person for you. All right, I'm going to jump into some songs, but I want to again remind everyone that I'm doing the Tap the App giveaway through the Radio FX app. We're giving away $45 a $45 gift card to Just Beat No Heat, an all-natural tanning establishment in Brownsville, Texas. Their products are vegan, cruelty-free, paraben-free, and all-natural. It's Just Beats, you guys. Just Beats. No heat. All right. This is 3435 by Ariana Grande featuring Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat. Hey y'all. Okay, that was She by Haley Kiyoko, and I am happy to announce that we have our winner for the Tap the App giveaway. The name of the winner is Clarissa Cruz. Thank you so much for joining the giveaway. You won a $45 gift card to Just Beat No Heat. Honestly, it seems like a good deal. I'm so happy for you. I am not entirely sure how you get your winnings, but okay, Vaquero Radio will reach out to you and let you know how to get your stuff. All right, that is the end of my show for this week. It was so fun. I have loved answering everyone's questions. Remember, you can send in questions through Instagram on the Radio FX app, Snapchat, I think, I don't know, or the surefire way to get your question to me. All right, so you go out as the sun is rising. You look at the ground. You have to be near grass. There should be a tiny rabbit. It's going to be all white except one of its feet is black. Now that rabbit is going to whisper to you, "Do you have a question for DJ Santana?" And you tell them your question, and honestly, then the rabbit will just bring it to me and I'll answer it live on air with the help of my tarot cards. It's not recommended that you feed the rabbit, as it is, not of this earth. So anything you feed it will make it stay here, and honestly, no one wants that. All right. Next week is going to be my last show. Last show for the semester. Hopefully I will be back next semester. Station management, if you're listening, I would like to come back next semester. All right. Thank you so much for listening. This has been DJ Santana. You've been listening to Vaquero Radio. I'm actually going to play one final song before we go, just to close out the show. And then y'all can listen to whatever comes out after me. I think the computer just throws stuff on air. All right. This is Up by Cardi B. Have a great weekend. Hey y'all. This is DJ Santana, host of MoonLit Vibes. Only on Vaquero Radio, Thursdays at 3.